Hey guys, it is Wednesday. We've got push pressing to do today, okay? So that same rep scheme that we're doing, we've got 3-2-1, 3-2-1, okay? It does not need to be taken from the ground. You can take it out of the rack. You probably should because you're getting pretty heavy today, all right? I'm just taking it to the ground, from the ground just for viewing purposes, all right? So we want to make sure that we have a good front rack position with the push press, okay? So we want it sitting across the shoulders are right behind the meaty part of your front delt here, okay? So if you don't have very good shoulder mobility, you may need to work on that, open up the shoulders a little bit. But if you do, we're trying to get there, and we're trying to utilize our legs, our core, to get that weight moving, all right? So with the push press, we've got a dip, drive, blocking out the legs, finishing with the push. Okay, that's different from our push jerk, where we dip, drive, and re-get underneath the bar. Okay, so today we're just doing dip, drive, locking out the legs. So make sure you're doing that because those are two very different movements. All right, so from that front rack position, okay, right on the shoulders here, I can kind of get my fingers around the bar. But if you can't, just resting it in those fingertips, that's okay, as long as we adjust as we're driving overhead. All right, so my elbows are gonna stay high here. I'm going into my dip, just a 2 to 3 inch dip here. I'm driving with those legs, rib cage is down. I'm gonna finish, legs locked out, pressing overhead. Locked out elbows, my head through here, nice stacked position, okay? I can go touch and go if I'd like, back up. Otherwise, I can catch, reset, and then brace, dip, drive, lock it out, okay? My focus on that dip and drive is locking out my quads, kind of squeezing my heels together. That'll help me activate my glutes as well, okay? Just make sure you're not jumping too high because you'll just have a natural tendency to rebend those knees. All right, so again, building up to a heavy, okay? As you get heavier, make sure you're bracing super hard and really utilizing those legs, focusing on getting the lockout with the triceps. After that, we have a 3-rounder, okay? A little bit of condition here, just 3 movements. We have, actually I'm gonna move this way. Handstand push-ups, toes to bar, and then a row for calories, okay? Then we'll rest. So starting off with 10 handstand push-ups. Those can be kipping handstand push-ups. So if you feel comfortable, you're gonna kick up to the wall, maybe hands about 6-8 inches away from the wall, just about in line with the shoulders, actually a little more, about 12 inches, okay? Starting locked out here, you're gonna lower yourself down, go into a headstand position, butt to wall, then I'm bringing my knees into my chest, aggressively driving with those legs and extending overhead, okay? Since we are doing kipping handstand push-ups, a good modification or scale would be doing dumbbell push press, okay? Just like we did for the strength portion here, go into a dip, drive, lock it out, all right? Otherwise, we can always do our piked version of the handstand push-up, maybe feet on the ground or on the box. We're just trying to get those hips over our shoulders, mimic more of an overhead handstand position here to the best of our ability. So trying to get those hips stacked over the shoulders if you can. You're gonna lower yourself down at the angle of your torso and then pushing back through, okay? So doing 10 of those. Then we're getting into 20 toes to bar. Kind of a lot of toes to bar there, all right? So you may not be able to do it all in one set. You may need to split it up. That's okay. Just do the best you can. Try not to take too much time resting. All right, so we're working on that kip swing on the bar. If we can, getting your feet to touch the bar. If not, one of my favorite ways to work on toes to bar is by doing toes to rings, okay? That'll help get your positioning, getting a little bit more range, okay, and work on the timing a little bit. So go full hang here, back swing, toes up. Okay, so it's much easier to get those toes to the rings in that position rather than toes to bar, okay? But again, it's useful to work on that timing and working on that kip swing there. Otherwise, we can always go V-ups on the ground. Hey, when we're doing the V-ups, we're working on snapping at the waist here, okay? I wanna sit up and bring my feet up after that. So I wanna be on my, ending on my butt position, okay? I'm not bringing my legs up and then curling up like that, okay? So sit here. All right, so 20 of those. Then you're getting on the rower. And it's gonna be 30 calories for guys, 20 for the ladies, okay? Make sure you've got a proper damper setting. Most people are gonna run between a 3 and a 6 there, all right? I do mine at about mid-5, so you can test that out. I would just not recommend going too high with that. But when you get to the row, know that you're gonna have 1 minute rest after that. All right, so you're pushing it, okay? You're driving with those legs hard, finishing the pull, okay? Make it hurt here, all right? Because like I said, you'll have a 1 minute rest and then going into the next 2 rounds there. So that'll be your conditioning piece for, what's today, Wednesday, okay? After that, we'll do a little bit of or a finisher here. We've got some ring dips, okay? So if you don't have body weight ring dips, we can do banded. Okay, you can stick your foot in the band here, start locked out position, work on the stability, okay? Biceps to rings, fully extend, all right? If you don't have, maybe that stability is a little too much, we could always use Matador bars, put those up on the rig, and then we have a little more stability in that. Same thing, we could use bands for that as well too. And then we'll finish with a little core here, so pallof presses, right? So working on squeezing the belly in tight here, shoulders are down, and we're just gonna punch the arms out and bring them back in, okay? Nice and smooth, okay? Working on not rotating through here. It's an anti-rotational exercise. We don't want to be using our shoulders, but that focus should be that belt around the midsection. Okay. And that'll be your Wednesday.